We're going to review phones from the year 2035. This right here is the Frutiger phone. You see it as the side profile of the old Samsung Galaxy Y with a physical home button on the front. The interface is straight out of Android. Reviewing phones from 2035, part 2. This is the Guam phone. It's designed after the Samsung Galaxy Note 1 and the Galaxy S2. On the back, you get the full Guam flag in glass and a 7.0 megapixel camera. It runs a beautiful.
Checking out phones from 2035 again, part 3, and this time it's the Frutiger Phone Galaxy S1 Pepsi Edition. Up front, it looks like a shrunken down time machine, thick bezels, physical home button, and an interface that feels straight out of Android 2.1. Flip it over and
Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 4. Right here I've got the Frutiger Phone Droid, the Christmas edition one. It's based off the old Motorola Droid, and you can see it keeps that blocky vibe. The back is a shiny red with Santa on it. Today we're looking at phones from 2035, part 4. Right here I've got the Frutiger Phone Droid. It's modeled after the original Motorola Droid, but this is the Christmas edition. The whole back is gloss red and there's a little Santa. Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 5. This right here is the Samoa phone by Frutiger. The phone is about the size of the old HTC Evo, but it has the rounded shape of a Galaxy S2. It's running a UI that's based on Android 2.1. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 6. This right here is the Frutiger Smithsonian Multiphone. This phone is made by the Smithsonian. Look at the back. Look at this. It has everything related to science on the back, like anatomy. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 6. This right here is the Frutiger Smithsonian Multiphone. It's actually made by the Smithsonian. Look at the back. Everything related to science. Anatomy, astronomy, geography, and the little Smithsonian. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 7. This right here is the Frutiger Smithsonian Multiphone 2. This phone is made by the Smithsonian again. Look at the back. Look at this. It has everything related to science on the back, like anatomy. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 7. This right here is the Frutiger Smithsonian Multiphone 2. It's made by the Smithsonian themselves, and look at the back, red finish, black camera bar running across the Smithsonian. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 8, and this little guy is the Frutiger Zoom. It's technically a phablet, but it's about the size of a Motorola Droid Mini with huge bezels at the top and bottom. Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 9. This is the National Football League phone by Frutiger. It's about the same size as the old HTC Evo, and it's their flagship this year. On the back, you get the big shield, red, white, and blue with stars and the lettering, plus the Frutiger branding down at the bottom. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 10, and this one is wild. This is the Frutiger US 4th of July phone. It's about the size of a Samsung GTI 9000 and has the same curvy shape. Flip it over, and the back looks like one of those. We're checking out phones from 2035, part 11, and this one is a treat. It's called the Frutiger Phone Desire. The hardware is modeled after the HTC Desire Z, but it's shrunk down to the footprint of an old Wildfire. The entire back is themed to the Barefoot World Atlas. You can see the muted. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 11. This is the Frutiger Phone Desire. It's based on the classic HTC Desire Z, and it's exactly the same size. Up front, you get that retro slider design with a full keyboard. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 11. We have the Frutiger Phone Desire. This phone, it's literally the T-Mobile HTC G2, and it's the same size as the T-Mobile HTC G2. The whole thing is themed to the. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 11. This is the Frutiger Phone Desire. It's literally the T-Mobile HTC G2, same size, same feel. Full metal body, classic slide-out keyboard, still as satisfying. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 11, and this one is the Frutiger Phone Desire. This thing is basically the T-Mobile HTC G2 in 2035 clothing. Same size. Reviewing phones from 2035, part 12. This is the Frutiger Phone C. It's basically the iPod Touch 4, but it's also the Google Nexus 1 and the iPhone 5C all at once. Body comes in this red, white, and blue finish with little stars. Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 13. This is the new Oceania phone called the MyTouch. It's about the same size as the old HTC MyTouch 4G. Check out the back. It's real. Reviewing phones from 2035, part 13. And this one is the new Oceania phone called the MyTouch. It's about the same size as the old HTC MyTouch 4G. The entire front is wood and so is the back, and it feels really warm in the hand. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 13. This is the new Oceania phone, the MyTouch. It's about the same size as the old HTC MyTouch 4G, and the shape is pretty much identical. The back is carved from wood and inlaid with the flag. Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 14, and this little guy is the Frutiger Transnistria phone. It's a GTI 9100 style body with the curves of the old Nexus 1, and the back is wrapped entirely in the Transnistria. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 14, and this little guy is the Frutiger Transnistria phone. It's built like an old GTI 9100, even looks like the classic 9000 series, but shrunk down to Nexus 1 size. Reviewing phones from 2035, part 15. This is the Frutiger Droid Ultra. From the front, it basically looks like the old Motorola Droid Ultra, and the software is styled just like Android 2.0 from 2009. You get this glossy. Part 16 of the 2035 phone review series. Today we got something fun. This is the Frutiger Galaxy S2 Windows Media Center Edition. It looks exactly like the Samsung Galaxy S2 from 2011, right down to the little home button, but the software is wild. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 16, and this one is wild. It's the Frutiger Galaxy S2 Windows Media Center Edition. Think 2011 Galaxy. Viewing phones from 2035, part 17, and this one is the Frutiger Droid Pro. It's the exact size of the old Motorola Droid Pro, and visually it's a dead ringer, including the little hardware keyboard down here. Up top, you get Frutiger's own 17 of the 2035 phone review series. And today we're looking at the Frutiger Droid Pro. It's the exact footprint of the old Motorola Droid Pro, and honestly, it looks like it came out of the same factory. Physical keyboard, 3-inch display, but all right, part 18 of the 2035 phone review series. This one's the Frutiger Droid Pro 2, 4th of July edition, and it is gorgeous. It looks like the old Motorola Droid Pro, just a bit larger, and it runs part 18 of the 2035 phone series, and today we're looking at the Frutiger Droid Pro 2 4th of July edition. Think Motorola Droid Pro mixed with the LG Optimus Pro C660, only a little bigger. Here we're on part 19 of the 2035 phone reviews, and this little guy is the Fruitiger Me Trophy. Look at the shape. Exact same silhouette as the old HTC 7 Trophy, and the surround only shrunk down to about the size of a Droid Pro. Today we're reviewing phones from 2035 part 19, and this is the Fruitiger Me Trophy. It's shaped like the old HTC 7 Trophy and the surround, but it's about the size of a Motorola Droid Pro. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 19. This is the Fruitiger Me Trophy. It's the exact shape of an HTC 7 Trophy and the old 7 surround, but it's about the footprint of a Motorola Droid Pro. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 20. This is the Utopian Scholastic phone by Fruitiger Me. It's running a hybrid UI based on Windows XP and Android 2.0, and yes, that's the skeuomorphic Google search bar straight out of 2009. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 21, and this is the Fruitiger Me Windows Longhorn phone. Hardware-wise, it's basically the HTC 7 Trophy revived, same chunky bezels, same trio of capacitive buttons, just with a 22 of the 2035 phone review series. Today it's the Fruitiger Me Boston Charles River Dam RVD Ericsson. It's basically the size of a Motorola Droid, and the shape is right out of the old Droid X. Up front, you're continuing the 2035 phone series, part 22. And this one is wild. This is the Fruitiger Me Boston Charles River Dam RVD Ericsson Phone 2. It's pretty much the size of the original Motorola Droid, and the body shape is straight up Droid X. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 22. This is the Fruitiger Me Boston Charles River Dam RVD Ericsson Phone 2. It's about the size of the old Motorola Droid X, and it's a revival of Sony Ericsson. The software is wild. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 22. This one is the Fruitiger Me Boston Charles River Dam RVD Ericsson Phone 2. It's roughly the size of the old Motorola Droid, with a body shaped a lot like the Droid X or the Bionic. Up front, you get this revived Sony part 22 of the 2035 phone reviews. This is the Fruitiger Me Boston Charles River Dam RVD Ericsson Phone 2, about the size of the old Motorola Droid. Up front, you get the wallpaper of the Charles River Dam at the Museum of Science at night in the blue wing. Today, we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 23. This is the Republic of China Phone TXT by Fruitiger Me, the second Sony Ericsson revival phone. It keeps the QWERTY layout from the old Sony Ericsson TXT. Today we're reviewing phones from 2035 part 23, and this one's pretty wild. It's called the Republic of China Phone TXT by Fruitiger Me. It's the second Sony Ericsson revival phone, and it mixes a physical keyboard with a full-on touchscreen. We're looking at phones from 2035 part 24. This is the Fruitiger Me Xbox 360 phone. It looks like somebody mashed a Google Nexus 1 with an Xbox 360. Same rounded shape, about the size of a Motorola. We're reviewing phones from 2035 part 25. This is the Fruitiger Me British Way Highway Droid phone. You can see the back is completely wrapped in the old British Way Highway flag, camera bump, and all. Right, part 25 of the 2035 phone reviews. This one's the British Way Highway phone. Same footprint and the same wedge shape as a Motorola Droid X. On the front, it's running a skin that feels straight out of Android 2.1 Eclair and the old HTC. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 26. This is the Wonders of Life Pavilion phone by Fruitiger Me. Right away, you can see the wallpaper. It's the pavilion at nighttime, glowing golden purple. The phone keeps the Today we're looking at phones from 2035 again, part 26, and this one is wild. It's the Wonders of Life Pavilion phone by Fruitiger Me. The wallpaper is the pavilion at night, glowing oranges and purples, and the hardware shape. Part 27 of the 2035 phone series, and this is the British Raj phone. Same body size as the old Samsung GT i9100 or Motorola Droid X2, thin, boxy with that early 2010s vibe. The back is completely wrapped. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 26. This is the Wonders of Life Pavilion phone by Fruitiger Me. Right away, you can see the wallpaper. It's the pavilion at nighttime, glowing golden purple. The phone keeps the Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 28. This is the Fruitiger Me Warner Bros phone. It's about the same size and shape as the old Google Nexus 1, but it looks like it came straight out of 2008. On the front, you get a skeuomorphic interface based on the HTC. All right, part 28 of the 2035 phone reviews. This is the Fruitiger Warner Bros phone. It's basically the same footprint as the old Google Nexus 1, curved top and chin, trackball, the whole thing, only built in 2035. Flip it. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 28. This is the Fruitiger Me Warner Bros phone. It's about the same size and shape as the old Google Nexus 1, and it runs a UI based on the HTC Evo. And we're diving into phone reviews from 2035 part 29, and this one is wild. It's the Disney Droid X2. At first glance, the front looks like it time traveled out of 2010. Same body as the old Motorola Droid X2, thick bezel. Today we're on part 29 of the 2035 phone reviews, and this one might be the most nostalgic yet. This is the Disney Droid X2. Hardware-wise, it's the exact size and shape as the old Motorola Droid X2 and even keeps that. Part 29 of the 2035 phone series, and this one is wild. This is the Disney Droid X2. At first glance, it looks just like a Droid X2 from back in the day. Same slab, same big chin, even a little hump for the camera. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 29, and this one is the Disney Droid X2. At first glance, it looks like a time traveler from 2011 because it has the same body as the old Motorola Droid X2. The front runs a skin that's basically Android 2. Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 29. This is the Disney Droid X2. From the front, it looks like a time capsule, same body as the old Motorola Droid X2, and the interface is straight up Android 2.1. The wallpaper is off. Part 29 of the 2035 phone reviews, and today we've got the Disney Droid X2. It looks just like the old Motorola Droid X2 from back in the day. Same size, same chunky bezels, same camera bump. The software is basically untouched Android 2.1, so you get 30 of the 2035 phone reviews, and today we're looking at the Body Wars phone. The lock screen wallpaper is the inside of the old Wonders of Life Pavilion, complete with the Body Wars marquee under that peach-colored dome. The interface pulls straight from the Sony Ericsson Play era. All the icons are skewed. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 31. This here is the Fruitiger Me Texas phone. It's shaped exactly like a Motorola Moto X, and it's the same size in the hand, but it runs a custom UI UI that feels straight out of the Motorola Moto X mixed with the... They were reviewing phones from 2035, part 32. This one is the Frutiger McDonald's phone, and it might be the most nostalgic one yet. The hardware is basically an HTC Evo, same size, same chunky silhouette, but the entire back is matte red. We're reviewing phones from 2035, part 32. This one is the Frutiger McDonald's phone. It's basically an HTC Evo sized device, and the whole thing is modeled after that classic Evo. Up front, you get this 4 and 3 inch screen with the old... Today we're reviewing phones from 2035, part 32. This one is the Frutiger McDonald's phone. It's basically modeled after the HTC Evo, the same footprint, same curved edges, even the little chin, but with a very fast... Today we're looking at part 33 of the 2035 phone series. This one is the 911 Memorial phone by Frutiger Me. It's the same size and feel as the old Motorola Droid X2, and it even keeps the tall body, the red top earpiece, and the physical home button panel. Flip it over...